Hello, fellow queens. It's your boy Isadora, and today we're going to talk about my favorite fucking thing in the world, perfumes. Recently, Aunt Mess Tom dropped this video. It's like what I've been smelling like lately. It's a part of Messmas, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to do that. I wear perfumes literally every day of my life, sometimes to go to bed, so I wanted to go through some of my favorites with you and tell you like what I've been smelling like lately. We got Mexican perfumes, European perfumes, designer, niche, indie, Arab, body sprays, Bath and Body Works. So let's fucking go. Remember to like, comment, subscribe if you're into whatever I do here. Haunt, laugh, love, baby girl. And let's get into it with my first of the video. This is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. This is Copala by Genu. This is a Mexican perfume brand. For one, look at this bottle. It looks absolutely evil. Now, this is called Copala because it has copal in it, which is like a resin that you find used in like spiritual ceremonies. I actually have some copal negro that I burn sometimes. This is like the most refined, beautiful, like, now this perfume brand Genu, they pretty much only source their botanical elements from the Americas. So these are like beautifully, thoughtfully sourced, like incredibly delicious perfumes in stunning bottles. So the main notes here are copal, woody notes, Mexican vanilla, and pink pepper. And literally, you pick up all of those things. One, this is very well blended, but you also pick up all of those, and they're fucking amazing. Okay, so this is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. I do have a nice little dent in it, but I like to switch up my scent so much, as you will see, that I haven't gotten that deep in. I've had it for a year or two now. Next up is this little sample of bourbon and brown sugar cocoa by House of Glory. Now, this is a super affordable indie perfume brand that makes like delicious gourmand perfumes and perfume oils and bath products. Right now in my collection, I think I have their fig perfume oil. I have their Vice perfume oil, which is one of my favorites of all time. It just smells like slutty chocolate and Turkish coffee and marshmallows. I love to layer oils under perfumes. Now, this might have been like a one-off or a limited edition or something. I'm not super sure. I actually couldn't find like notes on this one on their site at all. I did find some reviews. The one I'm kind of basing this off of is it's on in Reddit, indie makeup and more, and like, yeah, so they couldn't find a note breakdown either. But I wanted to see like other people's opinions. For me, if you find this anywhere, I super recommend it. It's like a delicious like brown butter, like bourbon, like chocolate cookie. I really love this. Also, I find they make some of the most affordable like scented products you can get anywhere, and they're an incredible quality. They have like their standard collection, which Vice, which is one of my favorites of all time, is a part of their like permanent standard collection. They come out with like funky little one-offs all the time. So if you love an affordable gourmand that's actually like high quality and delicious, super recommend House of Glory if you don't know who they are. This is my little sample. I really like it. All their samples come with like labels that stay on really well. According to the reviews I found, this one came out like 2 years ago, and still going strong, still smells delicious, amazing. So next up, we have Wicked Vanilla Woods by Bath and Body Works. Now, I do wear like body sprays sometimes, even like out and about. Like I'm not like a snob about fragrance really. Like if shit smells good, it smells good. I don't really care who made it. I'm not like the CEO of like scent knowledge, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things from Bath and Body Works that I actually really like. I find Bath and Body Works really interesting because they do have like this cult following of people who seem to collect everything they come out with. And then they have like the haters who are like, Bath and Body Works, it is trash. I don't know what accent that was, but like, That's what you sound like to me if you like immediately, like if you hate anything that's like more affordable, mass market, or like, I don't know, hasn't been extracted from the behind of a zebra today. Like, that's what you sound like to me, okay? Anyway, so the notes in here are amberwood, vanilla, and pink pepper. So actually it's kind of interesting. These two do not smell anything alike at all, but you can see that I love like a woody, vanilla, like pink pepper type. I would say Genou is like more elevated and botanical. This has kind of like a mass market men's cologne twinge to it, which I think is super cool from Bath and Body Works, and I actually really like this. About this, I'll wear this like out and about, like doing random shit. I wear this to go to sleep. Like, this is really, really nice. I would say I pick up mostly on like the cologniness and like the vanilla and the pepper. It's very interesting, and I love like the wicked packaging, like the bats. Look at me, like I'm practically half bat. Hell yeah, love that. So next up, now this is a seasonal just for like over fall, like 2025 bottle of Copal and Cempasúchil by Perfumerica. Now this is another Mexican perfume brand, but I do believe they ship internationally. I love this fragrance. Now, Copal, again, you can see I love Copal, I love woods, I love smoke. This is Copal and Cempasúchil. Now, Copal, as I've said before, is often used in like rituals for like cleansing and communicating with the spirits of your ancestors. Like, this is kind of like the Dia de Muertos, like special perfume. Copal and Cempasúchil is like the big yellow flower that is often associated with Dia de Muertos. In Mexico, like you'll see it sold on the streets everywhere. It's that flower right there. I believe they're marigolds in English, but like my translation shit like doesn't always, sometimes she buffering, all right? So yeah, this is Copal and the flower. Now, it's very interesting. I don't really pick up much of the flower note in here, but I do really like the smell of Cempasúchil. I love seeing it around. You'll often see it on like the ofrendas, which are like the altars people build to like remember and guide their loved ones home on Dia de Muertos. Some people will even like make a trail of Cempasúchil like leading up to the ofrenda as a like guiding light to like the spirits of their loved ones and ancestors. Now this perfume, I'm reading off the site. It says Incencio y bergamota, copal, pimienta, romero y cipris, patchouli, sandalo y cempasúchil. So translated, that would be nota de salida, top notes, incense and bergamot, nota de corazón, heart notes, copal, pepper, romero, rosemary, and cypress, nota de fondo, base notes, patchouli, sandalwood, and cempasúchil. Now, I would say I love an incense fragrance. This is like smoky fucking incense. Now, I would say, honestly, I don't pick up most of the notes they're talking about. I definitely get in like the beginning of wear, like the freshness of like the rosemary and the cypress. Again, rosemary is also something that you will find a lot to do like with ofrendas. You also find like water and salt. On the ofrenda, you pretty much put up pictures of your loved ones and you leave out their favorite foods and like tribute to them when their spirits return. That's how you know Mexican food fucking slaps, because like your Mexican ancestors will return just to keep eating, and they're fucking correct for that. Like, you ever had like a mole de olla prepared by a woman from Veracruz? Anyway, I'm obsessed with this. I would say I get so much of the freshness. I'm a big like patchouli lover. Like, I know a lot of people hate it. I think if you get a lot of people don't like it because they've smelled like funky, low quality ass patchouli. This, I would say, I really get the freshness of like the romero and the cypress. Like, to start, I don't really pick up anything floral, but this dries down to like pure like incense and copal. It smells like you've been like performing a ritual and like bathing in smoke. This is my top like evil perfume. This is like, this smells like spiritual. It smells so good. This was also a collab that, is somebody knocking on my door? I don't know. This is also a collab that Perfumerica did with Victoria, which is like one of the most popular beers in Mexico. So this is one of my favorites of all time. So lately, yeah, I've been smelling like woody, smoky, a little fresh, a little evil. Next, we getting into, now this is Spice and Black Vanilla by Cremo. This is like an EDT, so it's a little bit less strong. I don't mind that. Like, I don't know, I find in general most perfumes last a while, especially the secret if something doesn't last, spray that shit on your clothes. This is the one that I accidentally sprayed myself in the face with, and I believe I gave myself contact dermatitis all over my fucking neck. But I still will spray this on my clothes. Like, this smells like a really attractive man drinking chai. So in here we got notes of cardamom, cashmere wood, urban vanilla, and vetiver. Again, these are all notes that I fucking love. I love cardamom, I love vetiver, I love woods, I love vanilla. This is like literally like you have a hot boyfriend and like you're drinking chais together. Like, And again, like I don't really even date men that much, but like I appreciate a hot man conceptually. And this is like a hot man conceptually who's drinking like a real good ass chai, like not some like Starbucks bullshit. Like he's not being out here like, I'm having a chai tea, like I'm having a tea, I'm having a milk, I'm having a coffee. No. Fire. Again, even though it gave me like a horrible allergic reaction on my neck, I still sprayed that shit on my clothes, so. What can I say? In fact, you know what? I think we're gonna put on some of the Copal right now. I forgot to put on perfume today, so. Oh, it's so fresh in the opening. I think it is maybe a little bit floral on the opening, but I'm a floral hater in general, except for like lavender. And this is like, yeah, oh, it's so fresh. You super pick up on all that like pine, the rosemary, the cypress, like this smells like a smoky forest where a ritual is taking place. Anyway, next up we have one of my like favorites. So I think this came out like 2 or 3 years ago. This is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time ever invented by anyone. Now you'll see in general I don't tend to favor gourmands. There are some gourmands I like, but they gotta be like high quality, delicious. Like I want to smell like a bougie dessert, not like a can of frosting. I bought it like Family Dollar while I was like baked as shit when I was like 18. Not that I did that. Just eat a whole tub of frosting from Family Dollar and eat it. Never did that because I am a man of wealth and taste. Please allow me to introduce myself. Anyway, this is Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. This has more notes in it than God has, like more notes than exists on God's green earth, fam. I would say that's the thing with Kayali. They'll say there's like 87,000 notes in a fragrance. Maybe I pick up on 4. To me, why I'm really freaky for this is it has a lokum note, which is Turkish delight, and I deeply smell like powderiness and the sweetness of the Turkish delight. On me, this almost has like nothing to do with like gelato whatsoever, and I find the name a little confusing. I remember when this came out, people were like, like this doesn't smell like gelato, so it's shit. I'm like, who cares? It smells like lokum. How many fucking lokum fragrances can you think of in the Western market? This is delightful. I bathe in this all year round. It's like fresh, it's powdery, it's light, it's fluffy, but it's still like decadent. This is like, do you want to smell like a snack? Like, but like a rich snack. You know, the kind of snack that like that crusty dude who's sending you dick pics like couldn't afford in a million years. That's Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato. So next up, this is one of the oldest fragrances in my collection. I think this came out like over 10 years ago. I might have had this that long, but this is, what is it? Indigo from Nest. Now, I know a lot of people really like Nest perfume oils. Maybe this was just like before my time when this was hype. I've never heard anyone talk about Indigo from Nest, and I feel like everyone should. For one, even the travel size is like beautiful. Like, look at that artwork. Now, this is my like perfect like rainy day, cozy, like going to a cafe, like working in a cafe, working on my novel or whatever. I am actually working on a novel about lesbian vampires. This is I'm writing my lesbian vampire novel scent. This has fig, bergamot, tea, cardamom, and cashmere wood. You'll see again, I love cardamom. Also, I fucking love fig, okay? This is one of my favorite fig scents of all time. Now, sometimes tea perfumes can be a little hit or miss for me. Sometimes I really enjoy them. Sometimes I feel like they almost like dry out my mouth and nose, and it's like not pleasant to smell them. This is one of my favorite cozy day fragrances ever invented by anyone. When I run out of this, I think there is like, damn, yeah, there's gotta be almost nothing left in here. When I run through this, I do want to get a big bottle, and I almost never do that. I tend to focus mostly on like travel sizes and samples, just because like, I don't know, I feel like if you have like 87,000 big bottles of perfume, you'll never go through them, and I like to switch up. I wear a different perfume every day. I'm not really like a signature scent bitch, so I'm never gonna use up anything. If there is a dent in something, it probably means either like I'm deeply in love with it in a way that like my commitment phobic ass could usually never, or it means that I've just had it for like 30 years, you know. Next up we have the classic Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 62 from Sol de Janeiro. This is the pistachio and salted caramel one. Now I know everybody's been talking about this forever, but like I'm gonna include the notes just for like consistency's sake. We got pistachio, almond, heliotrope, jasmine, caramel, vanilla, salt, and sandalwood. Again, as a floral hater, I pick up literally no florals in this at all. This is just like a deeply nutty, sweet gourmand. Now you can see I've had this forever. It's like about half done. This was one of the original, like when I only had like 3 fragrances, this was one of them. And like, I love this, but I've kind of learned over time that like, I'm not always like a huge straightforward gourmand person. I do like some of them, as you can see in here. I already had Yum Pistachio. I would say this is like semi-gourmand, but like a more like unisex, like masculine. Like it smells like a hot man, okay? Like, like, I don't know, like, oh yeah, I just watched The Green Knight with Dev Patel, like, I don't know, I could see, like, no, I think he would not, no, like, in that movie, he would probably smell more like Copal and Cempasúchil, like his character in The Green Knight. I didn't like that movie that much, because I'm kind of dumb. I'm like, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is my favorite movie of all time. I'm not, like, an intellectual, alright? But, yeah, in that movie, he would smell like this. But like Dev Patel in real life, maybe like this. Sorry for being weird about Dev Patel on main. I feel like that's like a main hobby of the internet. I'm just following trends, baby girl. Anyway, this is alright. I still pull for it sometimes, but it's not one of my top ones that I recommend. And I never really got deep into like the Sol de Janeiro. I feel like a lot of the stuff, as I kind of like veered more and more away from straightforward gourmands, they went like harder and harder into it. So like it's nothing personal. They just like don't make the kinds of things that I'm into all the time, you know? Next up, we got this little sample of Studied from Lise. Oh man, Lise Beau is one of my like most worn fragrances and my favorites of all time. Again, that's like a woody, dry, incensey vanilla. We can see what I like. I want to smell like a ritual being conducted in a forest. So I'm on their site. It says the notes are pear, ambrette, carob seed, orris, ambroxan, and cashmere. I don't think this is like bad necessarily, but it's not really something that I like wearing. Now again, I can be really into like orris. I love cashmere. I can be into like ambroxan too, like those more like molecular, woody, like Molecular One type vibes, like woody stuff, like your skin, but like kind of funky. This like, I would say I don't really pick up any of like the fruit in this at all, and it's like a little funky on my skin. Now, again, I think this might be more of like a me problem than like the fragrance problem. Again, like sometimes you just put on stuff and like it doesn't agree with your skin chemistry. I feel like this is supposed to be like a super modern, like cool girl scent, but like on me, it just kind of smells like, kind of like cacophonous. Like I feel like this composition doesn't really go together. They describe it as, you know, like a bright pool of sunlight, and it's inspired by like Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, you know? And like, I don't get like a bright pool of sunlight. I'm just kind of like, why are all of these things together? Again, it's not gross. And I'm sure like have you ever smelled a perfume and you're like, this is just weird. Like, I think this is a badly made perfume. I would not say that Studied is like that, but like, I wouldn't say it's good, and it like doesn't make sense to me as like a unified composition. Next up, we got this little scent split decant of Oud Wood by Tom Ford. Now, honestly, there was 2 years of my life where all I wore was Oud Wood by Tom Ford, and I own no other fragrances. And I wore this every day, all weather, in the heat, in the sun, on the bus, like smoking it out. Like, good times. When I lived in Spain, I wore this like every day. The notes in here are oud, Brazilian rosewood, cardamom, sandalwood, Sichuan pepper, vanilla, vetiver, tonka bean, and amber. You can see again, I love like funky woods, I love spices, I love pepper, vanilla, vetiver. Like, you see a lot of the same notes repeated over and over again, but in like different forms. I would say this is like the most masculine. Like, this smells like a rich old man who like came by his fortune semi-illegally. This is what like Jay Gatsby imagines he is, but he's just like a little bitch, you know? That was my takeaway from The Great Gatsby. Yeah, this is still one of my like tops of all time. Again, like, as my tastes have evolved and changed, I feel like because I wore this every day for 2 years, it's kind of like, it's very set in like a specific era in time of my life. Like, when I was like in the Alhambra alone during the outbreak of COVID, I was like wearing this, you know? And like, I don't know, it evokes like positive and negative and like very weird like memories for me. Like, just like drinking wine and eating olives alone, like on the roof of like my empty school building. I was studying Spanish in Spain. Por eso puedo hablar español más o menos. Yeah, but yeah, this takes me back, but like, I was also like alone on my birthday on the roof. I'll insert some pictures. Like, I'm not making it up. I was literally there. This actually happened. I'll put some pictures from my private Instagram in here, but yeah, I have a complicated relationship with Tom Ford Oud Wood, and I think when this sample runs out, I will probably not repurchase it and just be like content to like enjoy who I am now and like not where I was. As you can tell, now I'm living in Mexico. That's why I have so many Mexican perfume brands, and like, I'm very into especially Mexico City is just like super fascinating. It's super alive, like in a way that I haven't really experienced in like most other cities I've been in. And I love it here. So I kind of want to like lean into like my Mexico and Mexico City fragrances, like, and I want to be here now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be where I was at. And scent can take you places sometimes. Maybe you don't want to fucking go there. Yeah. So next up, we have a little sample of Kayali, the Wedding Silk Santal. This fragrance is like Prozac to me. I'm a big Kayali stan. Stan Kayali. Like, this wouldn't have happened to you if you stand Kayali. Just putting it out there. In here, we have the notes of champagne, freesia, blackcurrant, nectarine, praline, jasmine, orange blossom, May rose, vanilla, sugar, sandalwood, musk, amberwood, oak moss, Arkansas, Mississippi. Panama, Peru. Okay, like, yeah, classic Kayali. Now, I would say this is such a beautiful and uplifting champagne scent, like in the opening, and I really pick up like the nectarine, the praline. I pick up no florals, I pick up no woods. To me, this is just like a purely sweet, like praline, fruity, vanilla, sugar, like champagne scent. This I put on when I'm struggling. Yeah, like there's been some like illness in my family. Over the last few weeks, I found out that somebody I'm very close with has cancer and is about to start treatment. So I don't know if you got this far in the video and you give a shit at all. Send some good vibes out, you know, in your mind or whatever. I'm almost done this. This was full. Yeah, this lifts my spirits, honestly, and I love it. So next up, we have Elixir by RM Intense. This is another like indie Mexico like perfume brand. Now, I was really attracted to this. Let me see. Where does it say? Elixir es un perfume exótico unisex con una fragancia única en su tipo. Su aroma sensual y seductor lo convierten en una elección perfecta para aquellos que buscan una experiencia olfactiva diferente. Yeah. So basically, they're just saying like this is a super unique unisex fragrance. fragrance for somebody who wants something different. True, I agree with that assessment. So the notas, jengibre, lemongrass, lavanda, patchouli, y cedro. Yeah, so this is ginger, lemongrass, lavender, patchouli, and cedar. Again, we're seeing a lot of things that I really like again. This, honestly, the opening is so complex and cool. You really get like the ginger, the lemongrass, the lavender, like you pick up on everything. It's just like so deeply fresh, and like you get like the woodiness of the cedar. But I would say on my skin, after a few hours, this is basically just like a one-note patchouli. When it dries down, I love patchouli, so I'm not like a hater of that, but I do wish, like, again, like, it's very rare to see like lemongrass, like perfumes. One of my favorite flavor combinations is lavender and lemongrass, so I was really drawn to this, but like all the complexity kind of goes away pretty fast. But again, like the patchouli in here is good quality. So the patchouli, which lingers on the dry down for like hours, I think that smells really good. And like I'm into it, but I do wish the complexity would hang out a little bit longer. So next up we have Bath and Body Works vanilla pound cake. No, iced lemon pound cake. Sorry, the letters are wearing off. You can see she gets her use. Also, I usually use this at the end of like my long complex self-care rituals where I'm like dripping with oils and lotions. So like my greasy little hands are like wearing off all the packaging. But this is cake and lemon zest. I would say this is the longest lasting, most gourmand, most delicious, like gourmand lemon scent I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing in my entire life. There might be some other ones in here. This is literally edible. But again, you know, even in like designer high-end brands, like a lot of times when they make like a citrus scent, it's gone. Like that's something I really, really don't like about a lot of the citrus scents I've tried. Like I'm trying to think, there's Tangerine Boy from Fleur, which I really like, but is gone instantly. There's the one from Acro, which I believe is in this roundup, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There's I believe it's Sci-Fi from Ellis Brooklyn, which is like an orange creamsicle. Again, all these citruses, they're gone in 10 minutes. You will smell like a lemon cake for the rest of your life. If you get this on your clothes, you will smell like a lemon cake forever. I use this as like a spray on my sheets and shit. They smelled like iced lemon pound cake for 4 days, dude. Like I literally stripped my bed and put them in to be washed. And like, as I was like getting my laundry together, I was like, why do these stink nasty clothes all smell like lemon? And I was like, oh shit. Like this is the strongest lasting, most powerhouse lemon citrus of all time. They went off with this. This is delicious. If you're a Bath and Body Works hater because you think it's for poor people or whatever, good, stay away from me. This is all mine. Get back, snobs. This actually something I really like to do is I have the I'll insert a picture of like, I like to use a body oil. I think I've been talking so long that brain not work, but I use a body oil and I use a lotion from Eos and I'll mix them together. It's like a sandalwood lotion from Salt Air. I believe it's called like Sandalwood Bloom or something. I mix that body oil with the Eos Vanilla Cashmere Body Lotion, rub myself up, finish off with this, smell like a delicious lemon tart for like the rest of my life. That's also something I've been doing to kind of fight off like holiday blues. Like I've been doing a lot of like emotional support for my family member, and like, you know, they're kind of like struggling with their mortality and shit, and I'm like nobody knows how to handle any of that shit. Like I'm there for them, but like it does take a toll on me. So I've been bathing in this for serotonin, genuinely. Next up, we have Latafa Angham. This was a Anna Lauren recommendation. Now, I think when you're talking about like perfume content creators, it's really important that you find somebody who like kind of matches your tastes. Anna Lauren does. Like if she recommends something, I know I can blind buy it and I'll like it just because like we have like similar tastes. Like she loves Lise Beau. She put me on to like the Men's Valentino fragrance. Just like a lot, I don't know, sorry, it's getting towards the end, I gotta wrap it up, brain not working, talking for 33 minutes. Anyway, this is Latafa Angham. This has ginger, mandarin, pink pepper, lavender, praline, cacao, jasmine, vanilla, amber, and musk. Now, I pick up none of the jasmine in this. I'm kind of a white floral hater, but I'd say this is very much like a vanilla, amber, sweet, lavender, like praline, like, this smells delicious. I could literally bathe in this. I also really like to mix it with Kayali Yum Pistachio. Just layer them up. I would say, like, I don't really pick up anything that's spicy in here, but like all of the spices and citruses I think do contribute to this feeling more well-rounded and not just like a purely edible gourmand. I would not say this is edible. I'd kind of put this in the ballpark of, oh shit, it's like the triple vanilla one. It's the Burberry Vanilla Goddess. I would put this in like the same kind of category as that, only I think this is like a little more, it's less strong in like the pure vanilla, but I would say it has like a little more going on when you smell it. Big fan of that. Thank you, Anna Lauren, for all that you do. So next up, we have Queens and Monsters by Henry Rose. Again, another Anna Lauren recommendation. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time, but unfortunately, this like leaked out. So actually, I didn't even get to use a lot of this, which is a bummer because this is one of my favorite scents of all time. I would say this is like me. This is like how I want to smell. They call it like a woody floral. They say it was inspired by Lana Del Rey's hit song Gods and Monsters, which is fucking sick. I'm a huge Lana Del Rey bitch. They describe it as a contrast of bright, fresh petitgrain and jasmine sambac against dark and sensual cocoa musk and sandalwood. I don't know. I pick up no florals in this at all, really. To me, this is like a fresh, like a borderline pickly sandalwood, but I don't like Santal 33, which I know is like a kind of a hot take. This is like a powdery, delicious, like borderline pickly sandalwood, but like super elevated, super delicious and musky. Like it's one of those perfumes where you're like, this could almost be like the way somebody like smelled if they were like a divine like earth spirit kind of thing. This is one of my favorites of all time. I'm super bummed that, like, probably over half of this leaked out. Like, come on, Henry Rose. Like, and I'm a huge Henry Rose fan in general. I love Last Light. I love Char. I love Queens and Monsters. Honestly, like, I would say they make shit that's very, like, organic and earthy. I even like they put out a vanilla gourmand called Dave. I wouldn't say, like, this is, like, god tier for me, but like most of their perfumes, I either like fucking love them or I'm like, oh, this is nice, you know? So literally like just a full house of bangers. Henry Rose could do no wrong, so I'm really bummed that this broke and leaked out. Like I feel like Tyra Banks yelling at that chick, like, we was rooting for you! Like, come on, Henry, my brother. So next up we have Jamaican Vanilla Cafe Latte. Now this is a sample from the UK indie brand Juliette Rose. I got a couple samples from them like years ago when I was like deep into perfume Instagram. Honestly, all of the perfumes I got from them, I don't think I liked any of them, but I'm looking on her Etsy right now and she says that actually so since I bought like the perfumes I had, almost all of them have been reformulated based on customer feedback. So I think I'm just gonna like include this in empties and kind of like stop talking about the samples of theirs that I had, because like I didn't like any of the ones I got. It looks like maybe a lot of other people didn't either, because like at least this one has been like completely reformulated. So yeah, this I didn't really like. Something they say it has like whipped cream, spice, coffee, cinnamon, rum, and vanilla. Oh god. Yeah, they say they reformulated it to make it like stronger coffee and less sweet. Like this smells like weird synthetic like sugar and candy, but again it looks like they've reformulated since I got them, so I'm just gonna like when I come across them, I'm just gonna put them in empties. Let me know if you've tried any of the reformulated ones. Like, are they better? Again, this is like a small business, so like I'm willing to, you know, make more allowances for like a small business than I would for like, I don't know, like L'Oreal or something. Yeah, not a huge fan of this. So next up, we got this little sample of Acro Bake from Scent Split. Now, they say this is supposed to be like a perfectly delicious lemon cupcake. It's a gourmand made up of tart lemon notes, followed by sweet vanilla and rich nutty praline. Now, honestly, I'd say this smells really good, but it's another one where like the citrus top note is gone instantly. So I'm gonna finish up this sample, but I would not buy a big one of this. Again, like it does smell really, really good. And even the dry down, I'd say it's like super vanillic. You kind of do pick up like the butteriness of like the crust of a lemon dessert too. Again, like I would say the like super bright and beautiful lemon that it opens with is like gone in 15 minutes. And you're kind of left with like a nice standard like vanilla bakery fragrance. So I would say Acro Dark is my favorite Acro fragrance and one of my top fragrances of all time. Bake doesn't quite hit. And we finally have the last one. This is a royalty scent sample. I used to have a subscription to royalty scents. I don't anymore. But this is Say You Long by Giorgio Armani. Now, this is one of my favorite perfumes of all time. In here we have mandarin orange, petitgrain, cardamom, green tea, black tea, orange blossom, jasmine, vetiver, ambrette, and iris. This is such like a beautiful, elevated, light-wearing, meditative tea scent. Now, I would say I don't really pick up much of the florals in here, which is what I prefer. I find sometimes, especially with like jasmine in a perfume, it kind of swallows the entire composition, and it really doesn't do it for me. This is like just such like a beautiful, elegant, like refined tea scent. Like I feel like this is the kind of perfume that like I'm gonna be wearing for like the rest of my life. Like if I live to be 90-year-old me gonna be rocking this for real. Oh God, and again, like, sometimes tea can be a little bit hit or miss for me, or like kind of scratchy. What's the Le Labo scent? Is it like Thé Noir 26 or something like that? That literally makes like my throat constrict when I smell it. But this is just like so soft. Like you could bathe in this. I don't think you could overspray this. Like it's got like a little bit of a mystical thing going on to it. Just I love like the double tea notes. I love the freshness of the vetiver. You get the powderiness of the iris. Like, hell yeah. Anyway, I'm Isadora. This is what I've been smelling like lately. If you've been into it, like, comment, subscribe, haunt, laugh, love, and whatever. Thanks for watching. Catch you around. Bye.